I have Nodash in the studio. The number is 0700-923-923-923, or you can send a WhatsApp message on 081-731-36193 and ask any question you want to know from the filmmaker who is in the studio. So tell us about the Elite Film Team.
Yes, that is my... I'm very proud of the Elite Film Team.
Okay.
I mean, the team excites me all the time. And it's because, you know that a lot of the time, I've been on a lot of film sets.
Yeah.
And we make films, but the process through which you go through to make those films, a lot of times it's very hard.
Okay.
Now, filmmaking is not easy. It's not meant to be easy. But it's also not meant to be totally difficult. It could be fun.
Okay.
You know? But when you don't have the right crew to make your film, you know, then
we have what we have out there.
Exactly. So the Elite Film Team was a response to what I felt was needed in the industry and it's still needed now. We have a lot of talented people.
Oh, we have a caller. Hello, caller. Good evening. What's your name?
My name is Mary Ann.
And where are you calling from?
Calling from Oregi.
Okay. Hi, Mary Ann. Do you want to ask Nodash a question? Adekunle is his name.
Hello,
okay.
Mary Ann.
Okay, go ahead.
I would like to know, like on set, because I always wonder when you're watching a movie and you get to a scene where the actor has to cry and they cry so flawless.
Yeah.
So sometimes I do wonder, are you always ready to get scared whenever they have, whenever a particular role is marked?
Yeah.
At this time, whereby they have kind of, or maybe something sprayed on their eyes to make them cry. That's part of movie. That's what it happens.
Yeah, thank you very much, Marianne.
Thanks, Marianne. Actually, it's a combination of both.
Yeah.
There are some actors who are fantastic at, I mean, even I sometimes I'm still shocked when you're like, they are smiling 1 second and the next second, action, and they have tears. Yes, and there are some when, you know, sometimes it just doesn't come and you need to assist them. So it's a combination of both, but most actors, most good actors are able to do that.
Okay. I have a question from Abednego Norris, who is from King's College. Is that your alma mater?
No.
Okay. Well, he says, good evening. I must admit that your guest is a bunch of talent and with great records. So I guess he's commending you. Now, what is your advice for the visually impaired who want to take part in acting or writing? That's deep. Because so many have been discouraged from it. How can we also take part in this empowerment headed by you? So I think the visually impaired bit is quite
yeah, it's interesting.
So, yeah.
First of all, I mean, I understand the terminology visually impaired, but I don't see it that way, you know. I don't think anybody is impaired. I think, I mean, science and psychology has taught us that that the people who do not have sight have all their other senses sharpened. You understand? So that already makes me interested in people like that. You understand? How can the visually impaired write? Oh, I mean, visually impaired people write all the time. So please write your story. It doesn't. The story, your screenplay, your script has nothing to do with your sight. If the story is good, get it to the producers and people will tap into it.
Definitely, definitely. I guess it's the acting part. Maybe he also wanted to like know how do people that are also visually impaired get on board.
Yeah, I haven't worked with anybody who's visually impaired. And that's probably because I haven't had a script that called for that.
Okay.
But I know that the acting part is something that has to be worked out. You know, the logistics of getting around on sets. Once that can be worked out, I don't see any problem at all with anybody, you know, playing any role. So I would say that how do you get in the industry? How do you become a part of? The same way everybody is a part of it. You understand?
So don't let it be your...
it's not even
it shouldn't determine what you want to do. You should go out and do it no matter what. So we lost that one. So how can people get involved?
Yeah. With the early film team?
Yes, how can people, so one thing I wanted to know is how can we register? Has that been thrown open? You want 70 to 100? It doesn't matter where they're coming from. So you can be in Lagos, you can be in Abuja, you can be in Jos, anywhere you're coming from. So how can people like get involved in the initiative?
It's actually very simple. I mean, you can send a message to us on social media, or you can simply send an email to admin@somethingunusualstudios.com.
So that's admin@something like, I need to like admin at something
unusual studios.
Something unusual studios
with an S.
Okay.
Something unusual studios.com.
Yeah.
And give us a brief of what you're interested in, and if you've done anything before, also include like a show reel. Let's just know where you're coming from. Now, you don't have to be super experienced. That is not the point.
Okay.
We just need to know that you're passionate and you really, really, because the standards are very high.
Yeah. So there was something Nodash said to me before we came on air, and he was like, when you have the army and then you have the SEALs, so the elite film team is like the SEALs.
Yes.
So yes, you have your producers and all, and you have your editors and all, everybody like that, but his own is a notch higher, as in he's literally saying that working with him puts you on the map. So you get that? Did I like hype it properly? Because I had working with him will put you on a map.
And the thing is, see, the elite film team is a response to, in Nigeria, for example.
Oh my word! It sounds like call 911. As in, if you get involved, anybody. No, but go on. Let me not disturb you. Yeah, go on.
If you work in Nigeria as a filmmaker, as a producer or a director, you will be honest. I mean, if you're honest with yourself, it is very challenging to make a film, and it's more challenging than is necessary. Now, it's because of two things. I mean, one, we don't have crew members. We don't have enough crew members who are super qualified.
Yeah.
And then the challenges under which we work are a little bit. I mean, the budgets are smaller. Yeah. You understand?
Yeah, they're putting it behind the actors and actresses.
Yeah. So if we're gonna make the kind of films we need to make, right? The first step is not to increase the budgets because it's a financial driven market, right? If there's just a certain amount of money you can put in and you have the hope of getting back.
Okay.
So we need to be better than filmmakers anywhere. We need to be quicker, we need to be faster, we need to be better prepared to be able to execute the same things they're executing within the limits that we have.
Okay.
That is what the elite film team is about. It's a bunch of people who understand, okay, we have these challenges, we have this time limit, we have these budgetary, limitations, but we still have to deliver.
Yeah. Okay, so quick one, as in the last two questions.
Yeah.
How long will the training last?
Yeah.
How do you intend to run the classes? And then, is there a ready market for these students? So it's one thing to train them, it's another thing to now place them somewhere where they will now use the skill.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I'll answer the last question first.
Okay.
So, is there a ready market?
Yeah.
Absolutely. All you have to do is talk to any serious producer in Nigeria, and they will tell you the kind of headaches they face on set.
Okay.
Headaches that don't exist when we are the ones running. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, people, I mean, it just makes sense. Now, an executive producer hustles the money to make a film. Yeah. And a lot of times, I see them on set sweating and having high blood pressure while making a film because it's hard. Yeah. You understand? The crews don't prep right. You understand what I'm saying? They don't execute right. They're not disciplined. Yeah. So, those people are waiting for teams like this. It's just, I mean, I as an executive producer would hire theft. I mean, it just makes my job easier. You understand? It takes the
That's what it's called, theft.
Yeah, I mean, the elite film.
Oh, okay. Okay, so one of the other questions, how long is this training now?
Yeah, for now we have 6 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, but we're breaking it down into different modules, right? Okay. We're training departments in batches, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not all at once. We're training people separately. I mean, the art department is going to be trained, very differently from the camera department because we really want to focus on the department and make sure that it gets the best of the strength. Okay,
so time will not permit me to ask you all the questions because I also wanted to know what individuals like myself can do to get on board and how we can help your program, because empowerment and employability are two of the things of society right now.
Absolutely.
And as much as we can, everybody should do what they can to help but I will definitely have you on again, maybe when the program is about to start, so that we can now talk about the courses and then all those things that will be involved in the training. So I want to say a big thank you for everybody, that the lady that called and sent a message, and those people that are listening out there. You can share your social media handles so that they can get in touch with you.
Oh, okay. On Instagram, I am Nodash. It's I_am_Nodash.
Nodash.
It's very simple.
Yes, it's quite unique.
And the email is admin@somethingunusualstudios.com.
And Nodash is NODASH, just in case you're not sure. So you can also follow Xplore Nollywood on Facebook.com/Xplore Nollywood, or Twitter and Instagram @Xplore Nollywood. And you can check out this interview later this week. I hate to say that I'm owing a couple of interviews, but you can check out this interview with Xplore and Nodash on my YouTube channel, which is Xplore Nollywood. Remember to subscribe, and all information is readily available on www.explorenollywood.com. Till I come your way next week, guys, I will be in the studio with another wonderful guest. I want to say enjoy the rest of your week.
Thank you.